if people are selling for that much more and it's inflated, like it's going to be harder for me to make a deal. So let me figure that like I'm going to have to talk to 10 times as many sellers as I used to have to talk to. Cool. Like as long as you have the number, now you just knock it out. And we talk about being consistent, right? So like consistent marketing spend is the thing that's often talked about. We talked about here over the weeks that it's not just about the spend, it's about the actions, right? So like, just think about it for a second. So if you're spending $2,000 a month and you're sending direct mail pieces, it's just the easiest way to do it, right? So you're spending $2,000 a month, you're sending a 1,500 postcards a month, whatever it is, okay? If all of a sudden that same $2,000 a month only gets you 750 cards versus 1,500, right? You're spending the same amount, but you're not getting the same outbound actions, which is the important piece, right? The spend is just one of the numbers in there. So the reason I'm talking about this and bringing this up again is because a lot of people right now are saying, well, I can't find deals. Everybody wants too much or blah, blah, blah. Okay, like instead of just sitting there like, I can't, how do we solve the problem? Okay, well, first of all, is it a surprise to anybody that it's harder to find deals right now? Because it shouldn't, right? I mean, it's a very hot market. Prices are inflated. Sellers are asking too much in a lot of cases. Like this is going on. Of course it's happening, right? So if all that stuff's happening in the marketplace, like, wouldn't we think that it's just going to be a little bit harder? Some kind of multiplier harder. And in your head, change the harder to, okay, it's just, I have to take a different number of actions, right? So like if it's twice as hard to get a deal now, then I need to send twice as much as whatever I was sending before, texts, outbound calls, whatever the number is of the action point, right? So just look at it this way. And it's like, you don't have to stress about it. It just means you got to do more and be better about it and incorporate some of the stuff we've been talking about, right? Some of the segments that other people aren't getting to. It just came up again in my conversations this week. For anybody on here doing direct mail, the return postcards. So most people out there are not stopping to take the return postcards, right? And skip trace that and use a confirmed mailing address, which is the better address. So they've come back for a reason because the mailing address on file with the county, in the property list, it came back. Well, when those come back, if we skip trace those people, we can get a confirmed mailing address that's coming from a different source. And oftentimes it's a different address for them, right? A more updated address. So these are the little things that like tactically, now let's say that's a small percentage of your send, 5%, but that's the 5% that other people aren't doing that step to get to those 20 or 30 or 100 sellers, whatever the case is. So start incorporating those tactical pieces, but you got to start mindset wise, figure like, okay, well, if people are selling for that much more and it's inflated, like it's going to be harder for me to make a deal. So let me figure that like I'm going to have to talk to 10 times as many sellers as I used to have to talk to. Cool. Like as long as you have the number, now you just knock it out, right?